What is going on, everybody? Brad Jost here, back with another live stream for you guys from the Jurassic Park podcast. We're here today on YouTube to talk about all kinds of cool stuff. We are going to be talking about 200 episodes of the Jurassic Park podcast. That's a big feat, I feel. We're going to be talking about some stuff from Universal Studios, maybe a patent that was filed or a trademark or something like that. We'll take a look. I don't know. And then we're going to look at their new theme park, Universal's Epic Universe. We're going to take a look at some Lego stuff real quick. And of course, I feel like we do this each and every time. We're going to be talking about Battle at Big Rock. Surprise. I mean, I feel like we're always talking about this thing that is just non-existent. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a big day for us. We've just celebrated 200 main episodes of the Jurassic Park podcast. And yes, we are like pretty well over. I think we're at like 240 something episodes total. That includes a lot of live stuff like bonus content, the news updates, other stuff. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff on our feed. But we've been doing this for a while, over 4 years now, and we finally hit 200 episodes. I have a, let's see, where did it go? But yeah, we've got, here it is. 200 episodes in the books. All right. So that is, I feel, a pretty big deal. 200 episodes of something that I have produced pretty much day in and day out here. It's very tiring, very exhausting, and certainly a ton of fun, and something I hope you guys all enjoy each and every week. Now, I know the YouTube audience is a bit different here. But I think you guys enjoy the episodes too. I mean, you guys look forward to our videos, our reviews, our store toy hunts and stuff like that. But, we do, our main primary objective here is podcasts. And, the podcast platform is mostly an Apple Podcast, Google Podcast kind of thing. And of course, you can get them anywhere on any podcasting app. But that's our main objective here, is to do, weekly podcasts. And we've done 200 of our core episodes. So that's the ones with like the segments, the guests, all kinds of stuff like that. So 200, man, it's, that's a lot. 200's a lot. Like I said, we've been doing this for over 4 years now. And we just celebrated 200 episodes. Today was our release date. This is Monday, August 5th, I think, something or something like that, right? So that's the day that this was released, and 2019, if you're watching this in like the future sometime. Yeah, we released the Jurassic mailbag today. So, you know what? Actually, let me bring up our website here and let you guys take a look at the site so you can see everything that happened over there. So transition over here. So here is our website, JurassicParkPodcast.com. And, we did the Jurassic mailbag, like I said, this week. So let me see if I can scroll through here. You'll see we do have the episode up on YouTube. If you didn't already watch it, it's there. You can download it on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. You can actually listen to it right on our website, right up there somewhere, right up there. And you can click on the news articles. And then here's all the wonderful people. This is what I was coming here for, that were a part of the episode. So I was the host, as always, and Jennifer Tarek, or I'm sorry, I'm so used to saying Jennifer Tarek. She got married. It's now Jennifer Evans. There she is up there in the top left, and then you have Aaron Beyer right next to her. So 2 of them were on the episode, as well as AJ Koch, James Ronan, Steve Hurl, Tal, the traveling clat, who you may know here from YouTube, big YouTuber, Jay Jurassic, and Tom Fishenden. And we did have some cameo from other contributors. James Hawkins, he popped in with a voicemail, and Arjun Boss popped in with a voicemail as well. And if you guys don't know, which I'm sure you probably do, But this was a Jurassic mailbag episode. So what we do is we go ahead and answer your voicemails, your calls, your questions, whatever it may be. There it is, the Jurassic mailbag right there. And usually it's just me and Jen, but today we wanted to do something a little different to celebrate 200 episodes. So what we did was we all got together all at one time, over the internet. Of course, this wasn't all in person or anything. I was here by myself. But we all got together and recorded the episode from start to finish. So from the first note of the intro, I played all the audio clips all live on the spot. I played all the whatever sound effects I had, the bumpers between each segment, and then of course the outro. So it went from start to finish, 100%. This is the first time we've ever done that. I've never done that. Usually, I'll record a segment or have people send me segments, and then I'll edit them. I'll put them in the show, and I'll edit everything, before I upload it. And this time we wanted to try like an experiment here, try something a little different for you guys. Did I actually? Yeah. Okay. So we actually just like did it from start to finish, like I'm saying here. And it was crazy. It was pretty intense, like there was a lot of nerves, making sure that I hit all my marks. And of course, like with a live episode like that, there were some little gaps and stuff there that weren't like, that were usually things that I might edit out, or, some mouse clicks and stuff like that I usually don't have these things in the episode because I want them to be like, pretty streamlined so that there's not any of this lag or gaps or any of that stuff. Or I don't know. Luckily in this one, I didn't have to edit much. Usually when I'm like recording the intros and the outros and all that stuff, I'm like messing up left and right. But there was a lot of pressure this time to get it all right from start to finish. So everything was scripted out, the intros and everything. And a lot of it was off the cuff, of course, introducing everybody, not knowing how that was all going to go. If everybody was going to be there most of the time or not, I had no clue. It was certainly like something completely different for us and a lot of fun. I really, really had fun with it. I hope you guys can tell on that episode that it was, a blast for us to record. So please go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. Check out our website there. Click on all these people here. Amazing, amazing contributors. They all bring something really awesome to the show. Like I said, Jennifer is, the main staple of the Jurassic mailbag. So she was kind enough to let everybody else join in on her episode. Aaron, you know him from the Jurassic Wire. AJ is part of Jurassic Kids, and you see his daughters are there as well. James Ronan, he's been on, I think, 1 or 2 episodes total. But one was the Jurassic Pop Quiz with Jurassic Unicast, James and Steve. And so he was on that one. But usually he's just a writer on the website. So keep your eyes out on this website here for more articles from him. Steve is part of Jurassic Unicast. Tal, he does Guess That Dino, a somewhat new segment here over the past year. Jay Jurassic is one of the oldest members here outside of, Jen and maybe James and Steve and maybe Aaron. But Jay Jurassic's been here for a very long time doing his Amber Finds and Hunters and Gatherers and all kinds of stuff like that. He finally was able to join us again. And Tom Fishenden, of course, you guys know him, right? Tom Jurassic right there. He does all kinds of stuff over here on YouTube. Our website, he's writing articles. He does podcasts. The Innovation Center is his main segment. So it was a blast to get all of these amazing people together in one place. And for everybody who is also part of the team that wasn't able to get there, sorry. It was a very hard thing to schedule. But, I think everybody that was there, had you guys in spirit. We were all thinking about you the whole time. So, but yeah, it's been awesome. And everybody who actually sent in voicemails, thank you so much. If you're here on YouTube and you sent us a voicemail or an MP3 on our website, we really, really appreciate it. So if you guys don't know, the Jurassic Mailbag, like I said, we answer all these questions. You can call our voicemail line, leave us a message, and we'll actually answer and play your call on the show itself, so we can kind of run through the question, talk about what it may be, and just have some fun with it. It's kind of like a train wreck of a segment, just because we half answer a lot of questions. We just have fun with it. We just have a blast. And I think everybody really likes it. It's probably one of the most favorite segments out of the listeners out there. So, Yeah, so everybody was there. It was a great time, and it's due to all the listeners that were, at 200 episodes. It really does mean a lot um, for everybody at the podcast. To be a part of something just so big and so cool. I think everybody really appreciates it. I think we all work very hard to try to get this as fun as possible, as cool as possible, and pertinent. We want it to be imperative to like your Jurassic fandom, something that you go to listen to each and every week, and hopefully we've done it for you guys. So yeah, let me see here. I'm gonna go over to the YouTube comments here, see what's going on. We're back to glitching again, of course. But yeah, Taku Power 88 says, "Hey Brad, thank you so much for answering my question on the mailbag. It's me, Chris. Hey, what's up, Chris? AKA at GamerPlant8 on Twitter. Such a great episode. Thank you. That means a lot. We tried to get through as many as we could, and everybody that sent one in over the past week or so, and even farther apparently, we got everybody in there. We wanted it to be a big celebration. Some people had already called about other things, and some people called specifically to be on the 200th episode. So thank you to everybody who did so. Chris, that's awesome that you had a chance to be on it. And call again. We'd love to have you back. And let's see here. I'm going to skip over some of this, but Master Builder 164 says, "Congrats on hitting 200 episodes. I've been watching since December 2015. Well, more like listening since 2015. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm always surprised because sometimes a lot of these people, not necessarily you or not, but sometimes people just show up and they're like, hey, I've been listening since the beginning. I'm like, whoa, really? Like, I feel like I've never seen you around, or, maybe you're new to the online community or stuff like that, but you've been a part of the listening community, and it's awesome. Like, there's people that I see all the time, and of course new ones popping up each and every day. It's so amazing to see. But Master Builder, I know you've been around for a while, so thank you for watching us grow this whole time, hitting 200 episodes. That's awesome. Let's see here. Gojira 2019, I'm downloading Spotify to watch your podcasts. Awesome. You're not going to be able to watch anything. You can listen. But we're on Spotify. So I don't listen on Spotify. I do have it added on Spotify. But, I think it's pretty easy. To use. I personally use a podcasting app called Overcast. I think it's like the best podcasting app out there. Really, really like intuitive and stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of the Apple Podcasts app. I use an iPhone, but I'm not a huge fan of that app. I find it a little bit confusing, but Overcast is great, and I think Spotify actually does a pretty good job too. So I don't know what everybody else is using, but I know some people listen on our website and other places. But yeah. Let's see here. Oh, he asked, what's the podcast name on Spotify? It's just this, the Jurassic Park Podcast. So that's our name here on YouTube. That's our name everywhere else. Just search for Jurassic Park Podcast. Look for that logo that you see over there. And you'll see us. You'll find us. 200. There's 200 something episodes out there. So take a listen. You can start from the beginning. I always cringe, and you hear me talk about that on the episode itself. But it's actually pretty cool that people go back and listen all the way from the beginning. Yeah, I see somebody here. Halo Dog says, "Is the white buffering circle only for me? Is it like that for everybody?" I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't see any. I see the live stream. I don't see any white circle. So I think we're all good on our end here. So maybe it's just you. Sorry. But let's get back here to the video itself. So we're going to talk about our next topic here. So this is a trademark here for something that Universal Studios Orlando might be working on here. So we know that they are, my hair is like popping out here. We know that they are building a roller coaster down in Orlando. in front and across the lagoon area in front of the Discovery Center. So when you like first walk into the park across the lagoon, you'll see a roller coaster in front of the Discovery Center. And there's some decent cues here to think that this name, Velocicoaster, will be part of that ride. So it's pretty interesting. This is pretty interesting. This came about a few days or so, or day. I don't remember exactly what the timeline was, but it came just before their announcement of their new park. So a lot of people were assuming, like I had said, I think in my last live stream, to like temper your expectations. Don't get too excited about what's to come, because we're not going to get a whole lot of stuff as far as announcements are concerned. And I specifically talked about all this last week about Jurassic in general and not getting your hopes up, because none of the stuff that people were expecting came true last week. So I'm glad I at least tempered your expectations for last week. But this did pop up, and this is a bit new. We didn't expect this to pop up, and it didn't have anything to do with their big announcement or anything like that. But we do have a name here for a potential amusement park service, entertainment in the nature of an amusement park ride at Universal City Studios LLC. You see down there on the bottom, it says Universal Cities. Man, I can't say that. Universal City Studios LLC, which is the owner name. So let's see here. Any kind of other information? This is a new application will be assigned to an examining attorney. Okay, that doesn't matter. This trademark application has been accepted. It's a live application. Application filing date July 24th, 2019. So we got here Velocicoaster, Universal Studios, for an amusement park ride. And we know that they are building a roller coaster in Orlando. Our friend Alicia Stella over at the Park Stop podcast on OrlandoParkStop.com has a ton of information, and she's got all the inside details apparently about what's to come, and she's been hinting for a while that we're going to be seeing a Velociraptor themed coaster, potentially to Blue. But I find it interesting that we're getting something called Velocicoaster and not. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to take a big sip here because it's going to be a long name. And not Jurassic World, Blue's jungle adventure through the jungle on motorcycle bikes with a Hagrid and magical raptors. So yeah, that's not going to be the name. And I find it interesting that they're not using, at least in this rendition here, Jurassic or Jurassic World. Everything seems to be branded towards Jurassic World recently, so I find it interesting that this is just Velocicoaster. Very short, very sweet, to the point. Velocicoaster is kind of like a dual meaning here. You have velocity, you have Velociraptor. So, yeah, it really kind of ties in there, I think. You know, it's perfectly in line with what they want. They want to theme it to a raptor. There you go, Velocicoaster. You want it to be a fast ride. You know the people are going to go really fast on this thing. That's apparently the idea here is it's going to be fast, multiple launches, and pretty tall. Just knowing the type of roller coaster it is and the track supports and all that stuff. So Velocicoaster fills a lot of needs there. You know, on one hand, it's certainly a bit corny, right? I mean, it's a little corny, I guess you could say, right? It's kind of like, I was comparing it to recently Hershey Park announced a coaster called, Candemonium. So Candemonium is going to be like a new coaster that's, I think it's a B&M, very similar to, if anybody knows, Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. There's the ride called Nitro. So Candemonium is a very similar kind of name to this Velocicoaster, very like corny, catchy, all that stuff. So I think it's interesting. I don't necessarily love it, but it's straight and to the point, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, I find it interesting that they're not going with Jurassic World. You know, they're not theming it to Jurassic World. So it kind of, I feel like it kind of gives me hope for the future of Jurassic Park, maybe? I don't know. I'm probably getting my hopes up there. It's probably going to have nothing to do with just Jurassic Park. I know we're all still debating and wondering if they're going to be completely transitioning this to Jurassic World, this entire land. It would seem likely. I would say that the overall consensus on Jurassic World, the ride, has been a bit mixed. Certainly mixed to almost the lower end of the spectrum. But I will say that the lines and everything that I've at least kept track of, all the wait times and everything have been pretty high. So that's telling a different story, that maybe the people online are the only ones who are upset about this ride, and everybody going to the park is actually really enjoying it, and it makes a lot of money for them, and it's getting people through the doors. So I think we're in an interesting place right now. Will we see Jurassic World the ride come to Orlando? I don't know. This leads me to believe that maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of just speculation. It's all speculation on my part, just because Jurassic World is not tied into this name here. But maybe they'll change it. They just wanted to get Velocicoaster, so maybe it'll be Jurassic World Velocicoaster. I don't know. I would like it to be Velocicoaster, even if they do decide to go Jurassic World for the whole land, because then it gives you a real in-world feeling. Because at Jurassic World, the real live Jurassic World in the movies, they're not going to call a ride Jurassic World the ride. That doesn't make any sense. And they're not going to call something Jurassic World Velocicoaster. You already have Jurassic World. It's not like Walt Disney World is just like, hey, you're going to go on Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion. I mean, they do say Walt Disney Worlds or Disney's or whatever sometimes here and there. Like, there's a few different, examples. But I don't think in this case Jurassic World would be naming their very few coasters or very few rides Jurassic World something. So if Universal Orlando is going to go to a full Jurassic World, keep it in world, and just name this thing Velocicoaster, then I'm all for that. I think that's a good idea. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in the chat. Let me go check that out. See if you guys would let me know exactly what you're thinking about Velocicoaster. Is this something you're into? Do you think it's corny? Do you think it's fun? Do you think it's good? Let me know. I'll go ahead over here and check it out. All right, so Jacob Arnold here says, sounds like a real-life version of the Bone Shaker from Jurassic Park, the game. Yeah, I kind of like that. That Bone Shaker from that game is exactly what I was just talking about. At least as far as I know, it wasn't called Jurassic Park Bone Shaker. That, like I said, that just wouldn't make much sense in terms of like a real-life park. But I think, if there was a coaster in Jurassic Park called Velocicoaster, that'd be awesome. But let's see here. Down the plot hole. Let's see. What are you saying here? You said, good evening. What's up? And he also said, well, Jurassic World is the more recent film, and it also made the most money, if I recall. And I think you're talking about the ride. And you said, you don't sound like much of a Jurassic World fan. Are you talking about me? And then you also said maybe they're not talking about Velociraptors at all. Maybe they mean Velocicoaster. No, I don't. See, like I said, I had actually mentioned that. I don't know if you were in there when I mentioned that, but I said, it's kind of like a dual name, Velocity as far as like speed, and then Velociraptor as far as the dinosaur. I don't think if you're Universal, I don't think you're going to name a coaster Velocicoaster unless it has something to do with a Velociraptor. That just wouldn't make any sense. You're going to confuse everybody that shows up to that park. They're going to be like, where's the Raptor coaster? Oh, it just means speed? Oh, no, I don't think that's going to be happening. And I don't know if you meant me or not, but I am a Jurassic World fan. I'm just saying, in terms of this ride, I think it gives them the opportunity to maybe not have to go Jurassic World if that's what they're thinking. Because I feel like it's all still up in the air. So, they're just trying to see how the reaction is to Jurassic World, the ride. If everything's going smooth, everything's good, then this gives them the opportunity to theme it the way they want and not have to be stuck with certain thing with the trademark. And yes, Jurassic World did make the most money, between those two films, Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, both $1 billion movies. And I think, Jurassic Park, I'm pretty sure it was as well. I don't have all the figures, but yeah. No, but I wouldn't say, I, I wouldn't say, Jacob, that Down the Plot Hole is trying to troll or spam. No, not at all. See, actually, it says it right there. I was just trying to have fun, and it wasn't trolling. Don't be so serious. Yeah, we're just having fun here. I know everybody's on edge from our last live stream when when there was somebody in there asking some interesting questions. So, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. So Jacob Arnold also says it doesn't sound corny at all. In fact, I love the name, and it gave it a pretty and they gave I love the name they gave it, and it's pretty realistic how actual attraction names in the theme parks are in real life. Yeah, for sure. Like I was saying about Candemonium, it's kind of similar to that. It's very fun. It feels real. So I hope that's what they're going for as far as keeping it in world and all that stuff, and making it part of Jurassic World and not Jurassic World, the section down in Orlando, like something stupid like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. This one is for it's still Orlando. Sorry, we're sticking with Orlando for a little bit here. Now, this let me just make this a little bit bigger for you guys. I don't know if that helped, but so let's take a look at this. This is pretty interesting. We're looking at Universal's brand new park, which they announced the other day, called Universal's Epic Universe. A little clunky there, but it's all right. It's all right. Let's see here. Let me pull up a bigger image for myself. All right, so we got a lot going on here in this concept art. There wasn't much released from this announcement. You just got the name. You got a lot about the job perspectives there as far as like what's coming. I think they're doing something like 14,000 jobs at the like $15 minimum or something like that. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But they didn't talk about what's coming as far as lands. They just talked about, here's our park, here's the concept art. It's going to be our 4th theme park. That's what they call it, because they consider Volcano Bay a theme park. So they have Universal Studios, you got Islands of Adventure, Volcano Bay, and now Epic Universe. Now, this was the rumored Fantastic Worlds. I kind of like that a little bit better. I'm not even sure. I think I might like Epic Worlds better, but here we are. This is Epic Universe, so forget all that stuff. But everything that was rumored for Fantastic Worlds is this park. And so what we have here, now you're wondering, why am I talking about this? Well, we'll get into that. But here we have this big center area. So if you look down the center, you see the water features. And you actually, at the bottom, it looks like very similar park gates to Universal Studios in Orlando. Very similar park gates, and then you walk through. You have this center spine of the park with 4 different lands. So there's going to be 4 lands here with their own entrances. So it's not going to be like a normal theme park where once you get through the gates, you can go wherever you want. This is a little bit differently, a little bit different. I think everybody can go into this main center hub because if you look in the back, there is a hotel. So people can kind of come and go as they please. This is going to be like their second city walk, as far as I know. And then these 4 lands that branch off of there that do not connect with one another. So they're very self-contained lands, kind of like Diagon Alley is. So that's what you're looking at here. And we do kind of have a good idea as to what should be coming. So we'll go through those right now. In the bottom right-hand corner, This should be How to Train Your Dragon. So this should be the How to Train Your Dragon land. This should be Burke. Not really any defining features here, per se, as far as how that looks like How to Train Your Dragon. I don't see anything, but that's the rumor. You do see a dueling coaster, which means if this is How to Train Your Dragon, that's the rebirth of dueling dragons. There is another coaster right next to that, like more of like a kiddie-sized coaster. So that's that area. Above that, up in the top right, you have what looks to be like a New York or London or Paris or something like that, like a city area for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So this is a continuation of Harry Potter. So Harry Potter is their number one revenue stream here for Universal Parks and Resorts. It's not even owned by Universal. It's a Warner Brothers thing, I believe. But it's here in the parks, and this should be the third iteration of Harry Potter in the parks. Now, outside of Harry Potter is Jurassic is their big thing, or Fast and Furious, but we'll get to that more. So you have Harry Potter there, more Harry Potter stuff. It looks like it's going to be fully, for the most part, indoors, or unless that's just one giant attraction. But I'm assuming it's going to be like an indoor section, or at least maybe you have two entrances to two rides or something like that in the front and the back. I don't know. But a lot of an indoor section there in the back, kind of like under the fireworks. So over on the opposite side, on the top left, you have Universal Monsters. And then you also have like an amphitheater show, which is interesting. So I don't know what kind of show will be going there. Sometimes it's kind of nighttime show, I guess. Maybe probably Monsters themed. But Universal Monsters should be like Dracula's Castle, all kinds of cool stuff like that. I'm really excited for that land. Another huge property for them. Down in the bottom left should be Mario or Nintendo. So there should be Mario there. You don't really look at that concept art and say there's Mario or there's something Nintendo. It doesn't really look like it. Maybe Donkey Kong, I think, is the only thing that's defined there. You can see kind of like a Donkey Kong coaster in the back, and then a big building which will probably house a Super Mario attraction. I don't really know what's in the front there. But you notice what's missing from this is Jurassic World. Now, I did say last week when this announcement popped up, to not get your hopes up. So there you go. No Jurassic in this land, this park. I find that interesting. There's some Jurassic-esque looking things here, like these buildings over near the Universal Monsters in the top left, kind of Jurassic looking. I don't know what it is, but maybe there's a potential for something Jurassic in the middle and the center, but I wouldn't really get your hopes up because there shouldn't be any attractions in the middle. More like a city walk, or downtown Disney or Disney Springs, something like that. But I would expect them to kind of get in maybe into the VR realm. So maybe they'll have something like that. We know that they've tested VR for Jurassic before, and there is certainly like a VR game at Dave & Buster's. So maybe there'll be something like that. I mean, cheap and kind of not what you'd want for Jurassic in another theme park, but trying to give you some options here. I will say that there seems to be, at least from this concept art, now not everything is to scale or how it will look in real life, but there is two plots here on either side, in between each land, on either side there. So maybe down the road, if this opens in 2023, 24, or 25 in that realm, maybe we'll get another expansion down the road for Jurassic. I don't know. I'm not too hopeful about that, but that means we probably wouldn't get an expansion for like another 5 to 10 years. You're probably talking 2030 to 2035, somewhere in that range. That's just outrageous. So for now, with no Jurassic in this park, Universal's epic universe, we're not really looking at a whole lot of Jurassic in the theme parks, it seems. We've got a new coaster coming, like we were just talking about. Velocicoaster. Very exciting stuff. But as far as new stuff, not really on the horizons for us. Now, that's not to say that other parks out in different areas and maybe Beijing. They'll be getting a big Jurassic area. Should be fully Jurassic World. Should be pretty awesome. So that's in the cards for sure, but not so much here. Very, very confusing. Thought for sure we'd get something. The fact that it's called Epic Universe and not Fantastic Worlds makes a little bit more sense now because, you know, you're not getting necessarily different worlds. It made a lot of sense before Fantastic Worlds because you have Fantastic Beasts, you have Super Mario World or something like that, and you could have had Jurassic World. So that made sense, but now that we're not having Fantastic Worlds, Jurassic World really doesn't feel like it fits in there anymore as much as one would have liked to have thought. But we have a bunch of different random universes here. Monster Universe, Harry Potter Universe, Mario Universe, and How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, I don't know. So let me see what you guys are saying. But that's what we're looking at there. What do you think? Do you think, are you excited for this? I know I am very, very excited. Don't let me get you down here. I am very excited for this park. I am looking forward to everything. I know How to Train a Dragon is not really my thing, but a dueling coaster, that's pretty awesome. And I love Mario and Nintendo. I love the Universal Monsters. I love Harry Potter stuff. So bring it all on. I just wish there was something Jurassic there. But what do you guys think? You think we're missing out here? Do you think the future is looking bleak for Jurassic in the theme parks? Let's see what you guys are saying over here. Not so much about... Makes sense. So let's go ahead and... since it wasn't really a lot of Jurassic stuff in there. But yeah, let's keep our heads up and hope we get something expanded upon somewhere. I don't know where. I just don't know. But this is something fun, at least for now. We have Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Lego coming to Nintendo Switch. So speaking about Nintendo, hey, maybe this is our one opportunity to be in the Nintendo land. We'll have a Lego game. No. Yeah, I don't think so. Coming to Switch, September 17th, we got Lego Jurassic World. It's interesting because this game has been out for 4 years now? It's been a while. So I feel like everybody who wanted this played it. I mean, of course, there's people that only had Nintendo or... maybe younger kids who are just picking this up now. I think it's great that it's being brought to Switch. Personally, I really want to see Jurassic World Evolution brought to Switch. I think that handheld ability would just give it so much more playtime for me, at least. I know I can't always find myself in front of a TV for hours on end, but I can sit there on the couch or whatever and just I know that's where the TV is, but besides the point. Or I could sit wherever and just play my Switch. So I'm excited by this. This game, I've played through it a little bit. I haven't beat it or anything like that. I enjoyed it. I think it's fun, but it didn't hook me as much as I would have wanted to. I was kind of sidetracked by a bunch of other games and stuff like that, but it is pretty awesome that it is coming to Nintendo Switch September 17th. I think it was around $39.95. Pretty standard, I think, for a game that's several years old. You can get it pretty cheap, a lot cheaper than that for other systems right now. I have it for PS4 already, so I don't see myself rebuying it for Switch. Yeah, I don't really see that happening since I didn't really play it in the first place on PlayStation. But it's here, so if anybody wants it, Jurassic World in Lego form, which actually features all the movies. Except for Fallen Kingdom. But, that would be nice if they actually updated it to feature Fallen Kingdom, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. Yeah, that would have been really cool if they had done that. But we just have the Lego version, or the other version ported over to Nintendo here. But I'm excited by it. I think it's going to be great for the fandom, for the fan base. Nintendo Switch is pretty awesome. I really love mine. I would like to give this a shot, but I'm probably not going to buy another edition here. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic here. So yeah, we have. Let me change the size here for you real quick. Uh, we have Hobbs and Shaw. There they are in their glory. Look at those two guys. Two like muscly brutes beating up on each other, on everybody else. Um, and beating up on the Jurassic fans, that's for sure. Hobbs and Shaw, a lot of Jurassic fans, I'm sure, went out to see this movie expecting something, because we've talked about it plenty. That back at New York Toy Fair, it was revealed that Battle at Big Rock was going to be a short featuring the Nasutoceratops, a new toy from Mattel, and the Allosaurus, a new rendition of that toy from Mattel, would be coming to theaters with Hobbs and Shaw. That was plain and simple. That's what it was. Battle at Big Rock. They mentioned it by name. They said the dinosaurs. And there was a lot of speculation. So we were very wondering, like, what was this going to be? Is this going to be something with toys? Is this going to be like a live action toy? Like, I'm going to play with these toys and crash them into each other, and it's going to be a battle because we're talking about Dino Rivals and all that stuff. Like, that was the new line of this year. So is it going to be a toy thing? And then we kind of got, some ideas that this might be a live action thing. Of course, we floated around, was this going to be animated? What is this going to be? Live action is where we settled. And we've been wondering for many months now, because Toy Fair was back in April. It's now August. And I think this came out like August 1st. And I was going to the movies no matter what. I don't know about you guys, but I was very excited. I'm a huge fan of, the Fast and Furious franchise from Universal. Between this and Jurassic, they're their two biggest things that they've ever done. These two movies here. So it seems like a good fit. You pair these guys up, well, not these guys, but you pair up Jurassic and Fast and Furious. And this is a spin-off, maybe they needed a kick or something like that. But, we show up to the movie theater with word that this is probably not happening. And I don't know about you guys, but I sat there in the theater. I was like, I'm 99% positive this is not happening at all. I've gotten word that it's not happening. But there's still that sliver of hope in me that's like, you know what? Maybe everybody's wrong. Maybe this is going to happen. Maybe we're going to get Battle at Big Rock before Hobbs and Shaw, like it was originally stated. And the trailers go by. I'm seeing it in like a Dolby theater, AMC Dolby theater. Really great sound system, great screen, great seats. And the trailers stop rolling. And then all the Dolby AMC stuff just starts playing. And that means, that's it, probably. We're not really getting anything here. And the movie started, there was an extended period of time where that Universal logo rolled and there was a song playing. And I'm listening to this song. I'm like, this is not very Jurassic. This is definitely not Jurassic. So I'm getting my hopes up still. I'm like, maybe this is Jurassic. Maybe this is Battle at Big Rock. Because there was that song, that they used in the trailer for Fallen Kingdom that I'm like, this is not a very Jurassic song. This is a very, 1960s, 70s pop song or whatever. And, there was still that sliver of hope that was like, maybe this is still Jurassic. And, I kept waiting. And as you know, nothing showed up. No Battle at Big Rock. I had my phone already typed out, mind you. I already typed this all out that, sorry, folks, there is no Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock short before Hobbs and Shaw. And I had it sitting down below me as the movie started. And that Universal, you see the world, the globe just turning in front of you, and you hear that music. And I waited until I saw, Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Jason Statham on the screen to actually hit that send button, to send that tweet to alert everybody, that's our followers, that no, there is no Jurassic World Battle at Big Rock short. So what happened here? What happened? I mean, I don't know. I'm so bummed. I'm so bummed that this didn't come to fruition, because that moment that we heard about Battle at Big Rock, that was some big stuff. Like we had heard that in the room, and it seemed very hush hush, but also there was no embargo, nothing like that. We didn't sign anything that says we can't talk about what we saw here. The point of it was for us, we were the influencers of somehow we were the influencers of this community and these toys and things like that, and we were able to get out there to New York and hear the spiels and everything that was, these were like carefully written dialogues that were talked about the entire time. And they talked about this, and it got us so excited. So excited. And we didn't hear anything for a very long time. And of course, these toys here popped up as seen in Battle at Big Rock. You guys know the story. These popped up in stores. It was a huge deal. Everybody was freaking out that these things were on the shelves. Such a surprise to see these on the shelves. So, I mean, as you'd expect, there was no announcement about Battle at Big Rock, and these just popped on the shelves, and something felt weird, right? I mean, something felt very weird. Why would, going back to Toy Fair, maybe that was a mistake. Maybe they weren't supposed to say that. That seems pretty evident that they weren't supposed to say that back then. Then these toys hit the shelves, and you're like, well, are these supposed to be on the shelves? It doesn't seem like it. I mean, we got no announcement. Nothing. Usually something like the Hollywood Reporter or, EW, Entertainment Weekly, would like run a story that something is coming, and then stuff would start popping out, like these toys here. But nothing ever showed. We never got any of that stuff. We just got this logo here. A very cool logo. I love it. I just love the iconic look of it. I think it looks really fun, really awesome. And it feels Jurassic, of course. I mean, it's got like a blend of like that, Jurassic World logo, but also the Jurassic Park stylized look, with the font and everything. So, yeah, I mean, nothing ever came, and we got these two dinosaurs here. Pseudoceratops. Very awesome. Very cool design. Love the color scheme. The green blending up to that blue with the red all over, orangey red color. Very awesome design. Very cool looking dinosaur. Awesome sculpt. I love that sculpt too. And we also got the Allosaurus. Now, the Allosaurus didn't get as favorable reviews. I personally like this thing. I think it looks pretty cool. Sure, the proportions are a little odd. That's for sure. I mean, we're talking about toys here. I'm not too worried about that. The proportions are certainly odd. I know a lot of people are very concerned about the color scheme, being very wildly different, and the sculpt being very wildly different from the Jurassic World version. The Allosaurus, if I remember correctly, was probably one of the last dinosaurs that we saw in Fallen Kingdom being shipped away. But yeah, that was it. As soon as these hit the shelves, that was all we got. We got more of these in the UK and other regions that did not have that logo on there. So what was the reasoning for that? Was it, hey, we cut this thing, it's no longer coming out, so take that thing off and then ship it out to the UK? Or is it a thing about like, we're not really too keen on advertising this thing out in the other regions? We're really just focusing on the US. So did they just never intend to have it on the packaging out there? I mean, all these things are possible, I guess. I don't know. It's very weird. So that's really the end of the story is so far that, we have the logo here in the States and they're already on clearance. So very poorly timed if this ever does see the light of day. It's already on clearance. You can get these things for like $7, something like that. And then overseas, you don't have any logo on there. So that's that. Like I said, that's the end of the story. I don't think there's been any other details or anything else. We did get word about some sort of Jurassic World filming in Ireland. And Bryce Dallas Howard was very, kind of cagey about the whole thing. Maybe she was involved. Maybe she wasn't involved. I forget where we ended up with that. But we know that something was filmed for Jurassic. Apparently, things were seen, animatronic sculpts or something. Some sort of assets were spotted on set. And it was something very small, a small production out in Ireland. Was it for Jurassic World 3 or was it for this? There was apparently some, I think, was it Washington, D.C. license plates maybe? Something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think there was some license plates out there, but I don't know. This is really it. This is all that we got as far as this story is concerned. Hobbs and Shaw came out. No battle at Big Rock. So what's next? What happens from here? Where do we go from here? Do we maybe hope that something hits the movie theaters? Let me see here. I'm going to look this up again. I know I talked about this on the 200th episode, but let's look at the upcoming slate here of movies. Just give me a second. I'm going to bring this up here. All right, so we have Box Office Mojo here. And this is the upcoming slate here for Universal Pictures. We have Good Boys. I don't know what that is. Rated R. Okay, so I can't imagine it would be in front of that. The Hunt, 2019. Hunting season doesn't hunt. I don't know. That seems probably rated R. A Blumhouse production, yeah. So it's going to be something scary, probably at least. Abominable is a kids movie, PG. Can't necessarily see it airing before that. Last Christmas, Emilia Clarke, Emma Thompson, PG-13 romantic comedy. I can't see it airing before that. Where are we at? Queen and Slim. Okay. All right, so I know this movie. Rated R. Very interesting looking trailer, so go check that one out. I cannot see it airing before another rated R movie. We got Black Christmas. I don't really know what this one's about. Not rated yet, but it's horror. So, Blumhouse production. Probably not. Probably not going there. And then we have two more. We've got Cats. I know you are all very, very excited for Cats. Musical. Not yet rated. Might bomb the box office. So, I think we really, this is honestly, out of all of those ones, so far, Cats is a contender. Like I said, if this comes to movie theaters, Cats is a contender. I know. Cats is a contender. Now, I don't need to be very down on this movie. It didn't look all that great. I've never been a fan of Cats. I've always been very annoyed by it from all the commercials on TV because I live out in like the New York tri-state area region, and I'm near New York, so Broadway show trailers play constantly on TV. And Cats was one of them when I was growing up that played nonstop. And it always annoyed me. But So here's a movie for it. And I know, Josh at Nublar7 on Twitter, my buddy Josh Evans, joked about this, but I think it's a fair possibility. I'm not going to throw it out the window. And we also do have 1917 as far as this year is concerned. So, of course, we could go into next year. That's very fair. 1917 is a war movie. Sam Mendes. This looks pretty interesting. And this is slated for a Christmas Day release. Boy, I hope this doesn't come out then. I mean, of course, it'll probably be the day before Christmas. Like every other movie, everything comes out the day before it's slated to hit the theaters. I would not be too happy about having to go out that time. But looking at the rest of the year, like 2020, I'm not going to go too deep here, but we have The Invisible Man. Maybe they'd want to get it out for that. Really pick up their new Monster Universe movie because, their Monster Universe has failed previously with The Mummy and I don't know, stuff like that. I think it was probably about it. So they probably really want a good hit with Invisible Man, so maybe put a Jurassic thing before that. We already know they didn't feature it in front of a Fast and Furious movie, so we do have Fast and Furious 9 coming next year. I mean, they could certainly do it, but they didn't do it this time, so why would they do it next time? Untitled Universe Event Film 2. Interesting. I don't know what these are. But yeah, I mean, nothing really that stands out next year outside of Invisible Man, maybe. And maybe some of these unknown things. But you're not going to air it this. I mean, it's got to be either this year or next year, but I don't think you're going to get into 2021 because there you go. Jurassic World 3, 6/11/21. My personal idea here would have been to have it out, for Hobbs and Shaw. You get one out, and then you go early 2019. You go The Invisible Man. You have a second one, another one to tell the story. Following, it's a battle at somewhere else or something like that. And then later on in the year, you have Untitled Emblem Project. Perfect. Air it there. That's in November. That's number 3. You have a trilogy of short films. Amazing idea to get the story across, to span the gap between Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World 3. And then another few more months later, you have Jurassic World 3. The story is complete, and you know everything that's going to happen. I thought that would have been the best idea, but there is certainly no inclination that there would have been 3, let alone even getting 1. So, yeah. But yeah, that's I don't know. That's a lot to look at there. So, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but it seems to be about it, But yeah, if you guys want to let me know in the chat over there if you think anything about Hobbs and Shaw, what do you think of that movie? What do you think about Battle at Big Rock? The history of Battle at Big Rock, whatever's happening here, where you think you'll see it in the future, let me know. But yeah. Guys, still talking about Switch. No, so Jacob, this is something I've seen a lot of people mention. About Battle at Big Rock coming before movies that are not Universal. So you had mentioned Indiana Jones 5. That is a Disney movie. So Universal is not going to air their short film that they've worked on for Jurassic. They're not going to air it before something that's not Universal related. So it has to be a Universal film. I know some people mentioned Star Wars. That would be great. It would be awesome if they did, but there's no chance they're doing that. Just no chance. This is not a trailer. So a trailer, if they had a trailer for Battle at Big Rock, sure, put it there. But a short film, it's going to be attached to something that coincides with the theater, with the studio that they're working with. So yeah, it's not going to be it's not going to be a Universal short and a Disney movie. It's just not going to be the way it is. So I love the idea though. Put it before Indiana Jones 5, even though I think that's after Jurassic World 3, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's after Jurassic World 3, but I might be wrong there. Let's see. Why is Disney not coming up as a distributor? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, whatever. I think it is. But yeah, so I know a lot of people have talked about that though before. Let's see here. Epcot Servo, what's going on, man? How's it going? The real battle at Big Rock was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, I know. Like, it's really been so interesting. Like I was saying, like the whole history of this thing has been really interesting to see where it started and where we've ended up now. And to just think about what has happened since then. All the excitement, like I was talking about, the toy excitement was so much fun. Hunting those things down and finding them in the stores and seeing everybody be really excited about this project and hoping and keeping everybody's fingers crossed and, making friends along the way. It's been really fun. But, yeah, Jurassic Dave says he hopes it's not killed completely. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talk, which I don't know why the talk strayed away from short, but some people are saying it, maybe this will be a live action TV show. I don't know where that came from. That is besides the point. That is something completely fabricated, at least. There's no inclination that this is going to be a TV show. Maybe it'll air on TV as like, hey, before the big game, whatever big game, I don't know. Before the big game, check out Battle at Big Rock. 15 minutes. It's a 15-minute short, whatever it may be. 7 minutes. Halftime. Hey, halftime at the big game. I think that's a personal, or not personal. That's a probable, placement for sure. Airing it on NBC before whatever, football game they have. I think that's a probable outcome. I think later on this year, is it this year? We have what do you call it? Did I transition this over? Yeah, I did. We have Legend of Isla Nublar. I honestly don't remember a lot of details on this. From JurassicWorld.com. 13 episode run will debut later this year. So we have a Jurassic World Lego series later this year. Maybe to amp up some hype, maybe we'll put it before that. That's certainly a possibility. Just a guess. We got those awesome Lego sets out right now that tie into this. But again, I don't even know if those Lego sets say The Legend of Isla Nublar on there. Do they? I don't think they do. But if not, that's a mistake. This whole brand tie-in stuff is really lacking here. So something's got to be fixed. I don't know what it is, but some stuff's got to be fixed. Yeah, Epcot Servo. I'm hoping Netflix live action series. I mean, look, I am certainly hoping for that. That would be amazing. We are getting the Netflix DreamWorks series. Camp Cretaceous. Blanking on the names. We are getting that, so a live action series would be amazing. Will it be Battle at Big Rock? I don't know. I think if Battle at Big Rock is about maybe a branch, not InGen, but another company that has worked on these dinosaurs since buying them at the auction or something like that. If it was about another company Biosyn, maybe. You know, trying to build these dinosaurs and engineer them and then battle them, do whatever they want with their money, you know, to make more money, I guess. So maybe they have these arenas where they battle them. Arenas called Big Rock. I don't know. That would be an awesome live action series. So maybe this is getting turned into a live action series. Maybe they looked at the product and they're like, we could do more with this. Or maybe they looked at the product and they said, wow, we hate this. Let's not ever air this anywhere, ever, never, not ever. We're not putting this, nobody's going to see this. Or maybe they're going to just air it somewhere else, like I was saying before. Thanksgiving Macy's Parade. There you go. That's another great option. Jacob Arnold thinks it's a teaser short for Camp Cretaceous. That's interesting. I kind of like that. I don't necessarily think that, but I think that's a fun idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, we still don't know what it is. I mean, we really have no idea what it is, so it could be anything. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it, I think. So yeah, so I hope everybody, you know, going back to the 200th episode here, like I said, it was live recorded, not aired. We didn't air it live. Maybe one day we'll do that for you guys. We'll air a full episode live from start to finish, but that's not the day yet. But we did record this live from start to finish, intro to outro, everything in between, no editing. So yeah, it's pretty raw. Maybe the sound's not 100% like it is every other episode, but we had a great time recording this thing. So many contributors. There was like 9 of us on the episode. Crazy stuff. I had a blast recording it, listening to all the voicemails. If there's anybody still in here that left a voicemail, thank you so much. If you're watching this afterwards, also thank you to you. Yeah, but 200. That's a lot. That is a lot of episodes. I hope you guys have enjoyed that run. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going here. We'll probably have a little hiatus, short hiatus coming up here in maybe in the next few weeks or so. But don't worry, we'll be back pretty shortly. But yeah, more on that. I don't have any details just yet, but we might be doing that. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate everybody taking a second to, or over an hour, to watch this live stream. You know, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but we talked about 200th episode. We talked about the Velocicoaster, Universal's Epic Universe, Lego Jurassic World, and Hobbs and Shaw. If anything else, I don't know, I forget. But we talked about a lot of stuff, so thank you so much for following along. Go back, watch this if you didn't catch any of that stuff in the beginning. So make sure to go to JurassicParkPodcast.com to find all of our content over there. We have articles, episodes, videos, all kinds of content over there. Head to Jurassic Park Pod over on Twitter, Jurassic Park Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Over on Facebook, we do have a Facebook group. So just search for the Jurassic Park Podcast. Make sure to answer those 2 questions to get into that group. Otherwise, you're getting declined. Sorry. We try to keep it like a tight-knit group. I talk about this all the time. Try to keep it a close family in there for people that actually listen to the podcast, watch these videos like you guys here. So make sure to answer those 2 questions. One is like, name an actor in the movie. And then the other one's like, name a contributor to the podcast, host or a contributor. There's a wide range. I just showed you a bunch of them before. Go name some of them. Get accepted into that group. Have a good time in there. Where are we? Yeah, Apple Podcasts. Listen to us over there. Google Podcasts, Spotify, our website, anywhere else where you find podcasts. Over here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, like all of our videos. Hey, guys, just go back to the list and just hit like on every video. Comment below. I know you guys have been killing it in the chat over there. Yeah. You've been killing it. Thank you so much for doing that over there. But now, go over to the bottom and leave some comments over there. Share this video around. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And where's my end screen? I have no idea where my end screen is. Thank you so much, and enjoy.